Right, here we go. What we've got is a little solar powered boat in a pond, and we're 1080p, 60 frames a second, 160 ISO. We've got 120 frames a second shutter speed set, and the reason I'm doing this is because we're back to basics with regards to the model fly New Zealand. So the most primitive thing I can think of is to have a little solar powered boat and then work with the solar powered boat getting back into the air. So I feel quite comfortable that if this jumped out of my little pond here and took into the air, that I would be within the rules. I've got my observer over there who's watching out for it, and I've also got my trusty little camera recording it as well. So as you can see here, we've got a propeller on the back, a little electric motor, and the wind is carrying it around, and once you put that in the sunlight, it's got power, but then it doesn't like to stay in the sunlight. It likes to turn and not be in the sunlight. It's shy, if you like. So when I turn that around, it starts pumping, and there we go. Now we're in the money shot now. But as you can see, it turns back on itself, just like what we've got with Model Fly New Zealand. Up against the brick wall and unable to make any progress. And as you can see, if I put my shadow across there, it takes the light out and it stops. So what we want Model Fly New Zealand to do is come into the sunlight. Obviously the rules are there to protect us from malevolence, but we've also got a group of people who are flyers who want to develop industry and also want to make some money from using the new way, which isn't banned to them. They've got access to go and apply to Model Fly New Zealand. But I think what's happened at New Zealand at the moment is everyone's turned their back on the sun, and the propellers for quadcopters have stopped flying. Those that are flying are perhaps doing so without the full sanction of the law. But what we need is a Model Fly group, to just push us back into the middle of the pond, and hopefully we're able to then get flying again. So here we are. Hopefully this will turn around and start to fly again. But without it being in the sun, it won't work. So it's very good. So what I might do is I'll put it on the side of the river. Right, here we go. We'll just focus in on that. It should be going now. So what I'll do is I'll turn it around at that point. Right, that's better. So as you can see, if you face the model into the sun, you put it in a place which can move forward and stay in the sun, and that's what it will do. So that's what we need in New Zealand, is we need to get some runs on the board, in the cricket analogy, get the propellers twisting and making rapid progress forward. Look at that. Once the propellers are going, you've got ripples coming out the side, which indicates movement, activity, and that's what we're after. And like you can see, this is moving along at a pace which is appropriated to what we're currently doing, and that's what we're after. Here in New Zealand, our model flying has been reduced to a bathtub in the backyard. Too scared to use glow fuel, too scared to use lipos. The international financial system seems to be having challenges with huge share market losses, and how that's going to pan out in August. See what we're now, we're August 2015. So by Christmas they reckon October. So we've still got 2 more months of when people come back from their holidays and activity starts up. So I don't know if we're in a global downturn or a change with regards to what's going to happen internationally. But that's it. That's all I can do is put this up on YouTube and invite those that are currently flyers to think of ways. Put comments in the list here and tell us ways that we can get back flying again. Now notice that the wind outside this boat has been able to flip this around, reducing it with regards to the motive force. And once we lose the energy and the power on this, it gets to the stage where it sort of wants to stop, but it's still got a little bit going forward, and the sun has still got a bit of power there. So I'm quite impressed with that. There you go, look at that. So that's, if you're listening to this and you want to be part of a group, I suggest you leave a comment. If you're leaving a comment, make it constructive so that other people that read it can come together. We do need a leader to come and put a website together that we can sign up to. We also have, if you like, Bruce's commentary on what's legal and what's not, and explore the laws around that. I do know that there are some flyers who are leaving their district because their council's too slow to come up with a policy, and going over to other councils that have come up with a drone flying policy, allowing people to fly in the parks, for example, and allowing CAA to police that. So it means that councils no longer have the responsibility once someone takes off. They can marshal areas for takeoff and landing, which I encourage them to do, and put signage up to make it safe for other users so that they're aware that there could be model aircraft taking off and landing. And I'm very confident that we'll see more of that, a sort of a geographical map that goes out and it shows you where you can stop and fly, and around those we'll get video points which will feed back into YouTube and other video formats, and the community will grow from there. I'm confident here in South Waikato that we will get some movement with regards to the airfield, and those that own hangars out there will be able to have dispensations to fly and do their business on their lawful duties. So I've got a couple of things coming up at the end of this month. One's a camera, one of those 83 times zoom cameras for Bruce to review, and the other one that I'm interested in is getting whatever it takes for CAA to accredit Bruce with the ability to fly, not wings, but a similar thing, so he's legally able to, and it's about $500 or $600. So crowdfund those two things. It's about $1,200 that I'm looking to crowdfund in the next little while. So if you're listening to this and you want to support those activities, because if we get Bruce flying again, we get a patron, and if we get a patron, we get some structure around our internet flying and the internet group and the people flying, linking them together, and then we get a movement going. So it's important to get Bruce back in the air, and it's important to give Bruce a nice camera which he can play around with while he's doing it in his downtime while we wait. And it's also important to encourage the council. So if you want to make a comment in this, just say South Waikato District Council, we would like to submit to your hearing to say that we would like to see Bruce and Barry Wilson flying again, the old stalwarts who were the characters of this town and made the airport something to come and visit. We want them back flying again. You can go to the website of South Waikato District Council and you can send them an email. If you do send an email, make sure you post what you sent to this comments so we can read the comments to this as well as what you sent in. So South Waikato District, attention it to the Chief Executive Officer Craig Hobbs and Mayor Sinclair and the elected members. Thank you very much, and I'll be looking forward to your replies. Subscribe to this channel too. We're trying to get to 1,000 people, so please subscribe.